Hey YouTube, this is Jurrac Master with Jurrac Talk number 4. It's just kind of stuff that I didn't mention in Jurrac Talk number 3. That's why they're so close together. I actually did them back to back. I would have done it all in one, but it was just time. I ran out. So I'll be showing you some of the stuff that I didn't go over that I still think is worth maining, some siding, and some upcoming stuff for you, like how the game's going to change with the XYZs, and how we're going to be able to play better with them. So I will show you all of that, and there's one little bit of news at the end for you about what I'm doing with my Jurrac stuff. So, here we go. Gylosaurus, he's just kind of, you can special summon him, and he's a dinosaur, so he doesn't mess with Solidarity if you want to run it. And, I think it's a card worth running in decks of this kind where you need to tribute to bring a monster out. I mean, the opponent gets something out of it, but if you force them into playing something small, this thing can either come out and synchro into one of your Jurrac synchros, or it can come out and be tributed, or it can just come out and attack for extra damage. But they do get a monster, and typically, if you can afford to play this, you want to do it earlier in the game, or if they have all weak monsters, you can bring this out and bring out a Guaiba or something and get that effect. So, decent card. You might want to mess around with it. I don't think I'll be playing it in many builds, if any, so just thought I'd mention it so that you could see it, even though I'm not probably going to use it. A decent main deck or side deck card, whatever. Neospatian Grand Mole, for those pesky people that don't attack and don't get destroyed by battle, such as Spirit Reaper or Marshmallow. He comes out, gets rid of them. Or if you're in a pinch because the opponent's synchroed into something you just can't get rid of, attack it, get rid of it. Example, Shien. If you can't run over it, can't synchro into anything, and you're stuck, you can attack, and hopefully they can't stop it. I mean, I know they like to set a lot of back row after they're done going crazy, but it's still better than nothing. It gives you a shot. Onto another card, Smashing Ground. I think it works nicely in decks where you choose this over Solidarity, because they have a lot of defense or something and you just can't run over them. You can't do anything. You smash off the high defense monster and continue attack their weak little attack guys because of the Burden of the Mighty. It's worth considering if you run Burden. As you guys probably know, I don't really run Burden or Solidarity right now. I'm working on builds with them. It's just, in the decks I've made so far, that's not part of the strategy. It's still good to run them, it's just I've found I need the space and they're not as necessary. Although sometimes I do wish I had them, which is why I side the field spell. I'm thinking about running some other stuff, but as I said, my Forbidden Lances are coming. Those are good for weakening the opponent and stopping yourself from getting hit by card effects, so very good card. Pot of Avarice, seeing as Giganoto is, along with Aolo, are the only things you really need in the grave to have cards in the graveyard for, you can afford to send them back late game when you've got everything in the grave. You don't want to be stuck in a situation where you're both top decking and you have basically no monsters left. It happened to me today on Dueling Network, and I really wish I could have drawn into that, especially because they removed from play the one Hera I had seen in that game. I ended up winning with Bryonic, but it was really close. I was down to like 200 when I beat him. So you don't want to get stuck in that situation because you won't draw a monster for a long time. Consider running one. I wouldn't put it at 2 because that's a little many. Royal Oppression, I'm sad it's not dual terminal. I do want one of those. I'm going to try to remember to put that on my wants list. Royal Oppression, it's just good. You can come out with beat sticks, especially if you use cards like Solidarity. I know I've been mentioning that a lot. It's just, it works good with a lot of these cards. I just haven't been running it because I need the space, and effect veilers kind of screw that up anyways. And I like to synchro into control and have a lot of back row to protect myself and stop their back row. So I haven't used it. Oppression's worth running, I just don't put it in my builds. I will be working on that. And finally, with the upcoming XYZs, we are going to be able to start running this thing. It's like you take a monster from their grave and give it back to them at the end phase. You can't tribute it or anything. You can't synchro with it. But you can use it as an XYZ material, because this card was written before XYZs were supposed to come out. So, I don't know, steal a level 3 if you run the level 4 or whatever. Up until the better ones come out, I'm probably just going to use maybe 1 or 2 of the level 3 dinosaur. Replace some useless stuff in my extra deck. You steal their level 3, use your level 3, you've got a 2000 attack dinosaur. Maybe even use it with Solidarity or something, so it's 28, maybe 36. It is a fire type, and it is a dinosaur. I mean, unless I've seen wrong, but the picture I've seen was unclear and I didn't read the text. It was on Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki or whatever. I am excited about it, I want to use it, and I will be doing my best to pick up 3 of that deck on Tuesday when it comes out. So keep posted for that. I'll be getting my Scrap Dragon eventually, and my Lances are coming in the mail, so I'll be putting these into videos when I actually get them. And onto that news about my Jurrac stuff. As you guys might have noticed, I am picking up all Jurracs, no matter what rarity or anything like that, what kind they are. Even if I use them or not, I don't care. I do care about the condition, however. If they're in bad condition, that's not good. Because what I'm doing with them is kind of just making spare Jurrac decks without high value staples or anything in them. And I'm picking up low rarity versions of all the staples, like D-Prisons, common, Mirror Force and common, all of that stuff. Just basically anything that I've used in my decks that's common. Common Solemns, all of that. So if you want to throw in common staples for throw-ins if you're trading with me or anything, go ahead. If you have them, mention it. I am looking to pick them up, along with all this Jurrac stuff. Those are my spare Jurrac monsters there. I've only found one of my spare fossil digs. I have a ton of them. I will still get those from you guys, though. I have more of those. More spares of these. These are just the ones I've found so far. Lots of spare staples. I'm making these decks so I can get rid of them, sell them, trade them. Oh, more foolishes. I just want to be able to provide you guys with Jurrac decks. Low rarity. If you want to get upgraded rarity or higher staples, it'll cost you more to get it from me, but I can try to get them for you. And if you have stuff and you don't need me to give them to you, go ahead and tell me. Most of these cards should be in mint condition. If not, they're just a little beat on the edges. So if that's a problem to you, go ahead and tell me. The Jurracs are all mint, though. So if you're interested in getting a Jurrac deck that I've built, or if you want me to get you some Jurrac cards, go ahead and PM me or comment. I will be doing my best to get as many of these decks made as possible, so that they're ready whenever you want one, but as of right now, it'll take me a little while to get them. Soon, I will be able to build the first one, though, so anyone that wants that, I'll probably give it to the person that PMs me about it first, unless someone out-offers you by a lot, so I will be doing that when I can. Thanks for watching.